Hey, everybody, welcome to our Tuesday leadership Zoom. I am super, super excited, as usual. I just love this Zoom. We've been doing this now for over 2 years. Crazy. We've interviewed over 100 different 200Ks, and every week this Zoom is so awesome. Like every week, I either learn something, I am validated with something, I hear something that I needed to hear. Um, and it's just amazing how much this Zoom has grown. I remember the first one we had maybe 20, 30 people on, and now we get a couple hundred people on. So it's pretty amazing. And I hope that as you guys are growing, that you're making this particular Zoom one of your main things that you're making sure that your new people get on, because I think hearing from these different 200Ks every week is so crucial for our businesses. I truly do. I am so excited. I always get super excited when I get to hear from somebody that I don't know their story. It's so crazy how many 200Ks we have in this company. Um, all the different stories, and it is insane that I would have to do this like for 5 years straight to get everybody interviewed. And we keep popping more. So it's so exciting to hear from different people every week. And this week, I have Alicia. Alicia, you're gonna have to unmute yourself, and I have to ask you how to pronounce your last name. Is it LaFleur? LaFleur?
LaFleur. You're
LaFleur.
close.
I always want to make everything so difficult. Like
Yeah.
literally, I am the biggest name botcher on the planet. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. LaFleur. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought it was. But hey, it's 9. It's
Did you
10
get
a.m.
those?
Some places it's 12 or 1. Hey, it's early for me.
Yeah.
You're a
It's 11.
liar.
So
You can't lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I usually sleep in, but I was super nervous and anxious that I was like so paranoid that I was gonna oversleep
Oh my
that
gosh, you're
I
gonna.
woke up extra early.
I am the same way every time I have anything scheduled. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I actually, this is crazy, but in my last company, I literally had a Zoom like this where I would interview people, and I had the like co-CEO of the company scheduled, and I missed the Zoom. They got on
No, see, that's like such a big fear. I was so scared. I was like, I
ever
don't
since
want to
then.
sleep in, but like I'm one of those. I like to sleep. My kid's actually still sleeping, so I'm like, any minute she's gonna wake up and come in here and ask for something to eat. But yeah, we're late sleepers in this family. So
Yeah, I'm definitely a night. My best work is done at night for sure.
me too.
I am so excited to hear your story today, and I wanted to start with what you were doing before you got into this industry. Like, did you have a job? Were you stay-at-home mom? Like, what was your gig?
I
And
did.
then,
I was a 9 to 5er. Um, but I've actually been with like 8 other network marketing companies within the last 5 years.
oh my
So
God, shut up, Alicia.
yeah.
Okay, we have got to talk about this.
Okay.
Okay. Because there are so many people on here right now that they've been with maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different network marketing companies, and they're they've found Lavelle now, and they have that like baggage
Yeah.
that they're bringing with them. Like, okay, I sucked at all those, so this is gonna suck too, and all
Yep.
that. So I'm super excited. So
Yeah.
take me through,
So
take me through
go
a
ahead.
little bit about that, like these journeys with
Yeah.
other companies.
So I found network marketing when my Charlie was a newborn. She was like fresh. I saw a friend of mine post about making money from her phone. So I was like, wait, what? What is this? And so I was very interested in the idea of earning an income from my phone. I have never been one for the corporate world. I've never been one for really following other people's orders, I guess. Like, I don't like people's rules. I don't like being told when I can go to the bathroom. I don't like being told when I can take a vacation. I like to work for myself. I like to make my own rules up and be my own boss. And I've always liked that idea. Never thought I could do it. I've always like talked myself out of it. But I joined just about any network marketing company that came up on my feed. I told myself, oh, I'll just be a kidnapper. I want to get this big box of stuff. And if I share it, cool, I share it. I never actually fell in love with any of the companies. I never really fell in love with what they were offering, or never really like put the work in to be successful with them. I would post about them every now and then, but I never devoted myself to making it a business. So when Lavelle came along, honest to God, I thought it was going to be the same thing. I thought, I'm just going to take the products. I didn't even want to sign up as a promoter because I was so scared that I was going to be labeled as that network marketing hopper, you know, the one that just keeps hopping around trying to take people's money. So that kind of like kept me from wanting to sign up as a promoter. However, I actually fell in love with the products. I got a mini experience from my best friend Courtney, took my day one, and that day I went live on Facebook. Because I had been with so many other companies before, I was very comfortable with going live, had no issues with that. So I went live that day and I said, hey, I'm not selling this product. I just started taking it today. I will update you guys later this afternoon and let you know how I'm feeling. Afternoon rolls around, I'm still energetic, which most of my friends on Facebook knew that wasn't the case. Like, I was a napper. I just didn't have that energy. I didn't have that spunk, I guess you could say. So when I went live and I'm all energetic and I'm talking about this product that gave me energy all day long, it took off. Like, by the end of the day, I had to switch to promoter because Courtney, who's my upline and best friend, told me that there was a VIP bonus. Now, I worked 9 to 5. So I was broke. Like, I was paycheck to paycheck. Couldn't even afford my mini experience, to be honest. And so when she told me I was eligible for the VIP bonus, I was 100% down for that. And I locked arms with her. I made sure that she was tagged in all of my posts. I made sure that we were doing freeways. I made sure she was talking to anybody that said they were interested in the product, because let's be honest, she knew more about it than I did. So I wasn't going to go into this thinking I knew it all. So we basically killed VIP together. I hit VIP 800 within 9 days, and then VIP 1600 within 10 days. And 12 days. And then from there, we jumped from VIP to 4K, because when I signed up, it was in May of 2018, and they were doing the rank advancement bonus. And I was excited over the $800 in cash. When she told me I could earn $4,000, I was like, first of all, you're lying. There's no freaking way. Because again, I've been with other network marketing companies, and those things were not achievable. They were not easy. And like, they just didn't happen. Like, they just weren't a thing. So she told me that I could do that. Well, I signed up in like the beginning of May. So I had like 2-3 weeks maybe to hit 4K after hitting VIP 1600. So I was like, crap. I was also planning a wedding at the time, and I'm going to try not to be like super, super scatterbrained. Everything's going to make sense, I promise. But I was planning my wedding at the time. Again, broke. Planning a wedding broke is probably one of the most depressing things ever. Like, I didn't come from money. My parents aren't loaded. His parents aren't loaded. So we more or less, like, we had to figure this out for ourselves for the most part. So I hit VIP 1600, and that $800 bonus could have easily paid my wedding dress off. That was actually the plan. But somewhere within that 2-week period of running for VIP, I caught the vision. I was like, okay, this is it. This is home. This is the company. There's so many opportunities. They're endless. I'm just going to invest in my business. And so I purchased that $800 box, which is probably the scariest thing you could do within your first 30 days of being with this business. I know so many people are like, oh my God, that's such a poop your pants decision. It really was. It was so scary. I could have paid my wedding dress off, but I didn't. So I invested into the business, pre-sold mini experiences. Like, I was posting about it, and I was like, hey, I'm going to buy this box, claim your mini experience before the product gets here. And by the time the box got there, I had nearly no product. Like, they were gone. They were claimed. So I knew I wanted to hit 4K because I wanted that 4K rank advancement, and I did. So within 3 weeks of joining LaVelle, I had hit the VIP 800, VIP 1600, and the 4K rank advancement. Huge, huge, especially for my family. So then, of course, you don't stop there. You keep running for 12K, right? That's the next rank. You don't ever stop and get, complacent. You just want to keep going. So I'm running for 12K, not even really realizing that I am. I'm just so excited. I'm fired up. I'm going. Go for 12K and hit 12K within 32 days of signing on with the company. That weekend, I went and got my car. I was like, my uplines were like, go get the car, go get the car, go get the car. And I was like, wait, what? I'm going to trade in my completely paid for vehicle, which, mind you, I wrecked the weekend that I got my mini experience. Like, smashed the whole side of my car. Don't ask. So I kind of needed that car, but like, not really. I mean, I could have probably saved up to get my car paid for because it was paid off. Like, when you pay off a car, you really don't want to get a car note, right? Like, no one wants that. I did it anyway, trusted my uplines, trusted my team, trusted myself. I knew I needed to do it. I knew that if I said I was going to run for 200K, if I said I'm going to qualify for this auto bonus, my audience is going to want to see an actual auto bonus. They're going to want to see a car. Like, you said you were going to get one. Where's it at? So I went that weekend. My credit sucks. Was refusing to do a down payment. I got whatever I could get with the circumstances that I had at the time. And so I got a 2014 Mercedes-Benz GLK 350. So I only had the auto bonus, the $800 auto bonus for like the first year, I think, of me being with LaVelle. After that, it jumped down to 300, which was fine because my note was still only 455. So I was like, it's cool. My commissions will cover the difference. I'll just keep this car for as long as I need to. It validates my business. And we're just going to keep running until I can upgrade my car. Like, I got this. So I did that. Never lost 12K. I have not, in the 2.5 years that I've been with LaVelle, I have never lost my 12K auto bonus. I've always maintained that. The month after I got my car, we hit 40K. As you can see, like, we just kept ranking up. We kept going. The momentum was super, super fast. So I hit 12K in June, 40K in July, and then stopped. I had a red leg, my best friend, super strong leg. She took off. She was going. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. That was hard for me. That was so hard. I struggled with feeling like she was better than I was. I struggled with feeling like once she started being a little more successful than I was, I struggled with the idea that my uplines were paying more attention to her and then just completely bypassing me. And I wasn't the shiny new toy anymore. I actually did refer to her as that at one point. Because I had a lot of resentment. I was jealous. That's just the truth. I'm human. It happens. It's part of the business and it's ugly, but it's real. So for a year, an entire year, I did not rank up. I spent an entire year looking for my next unicorn, working my business as much as I could, plugging into everything that I could, and just living, my Thrive experience out loud as best as I could, to where I knew I was going to find somebody else that needed this as much as I did, and that was going to run as much as, I was, or Carly, which is she was my red leg, and balance out, and everything was going to be fine. I never quit. I never stopped. I never really slowed down, but I did get very discouraged. I got very overwhelmed, did not think that I was a good enough leader. I lost a leg within my first 3 or 4 months because that leg felt like I was giving more attention to my red leg, which there was just so much of that turmoil within my little business. And I thought, I've got to be the only one dealing with this. Like that nobody else's team has drama like this. It was just, oh God, it was so stressful. It was so much within my first 4 months. I remember when one of my legs fell off. I remember sitting on the floor of my bathroom crying. Like I got out of bed because the message she sent me broke my heart. Got out of bed, went in the bathroom, and just bawled because I was like, I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was giving everyone equal attention. I had no idea that I was making this person feel less than or left out, or that I was giving this person more attention or anything like that. I genuinely thought I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. Looking back, I know that I probably wasn't. And I think that's just all part of growth. Like you think about it later and you realize, okay, I probably could have done this, this, and this differently. And so you just implement those things that you could have done differently into your business today, right? Like that's just part of growing. So I have lost an entire leg. I had a whole red leg for an entire year. Did not rank up from 40K to 80K, finally hit 80K in August of 2019. And then we didn't hit 200K until April of this year. So there was a lot of up and down and up and down, and then just kind of just stay in the course, just steady pacing. Like if anybody tells you that your journey as an entrepreneur is just going to be a steady rise up, they're lying to you. Like they are straight up lying to you just to get you to do something, because there's no way. At some point in time, your business is either going to flatline and just kind of be consistent and steady, or it's just going to drop. But you have to remember that if you're staying consistent and you're staying, I hope everybody can hear me clearly. I'm getting some head nods, so I feel like
You're
okay.
totally good. It's probably
Okay,
their connection.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so like your business is gonna be up and down. That's normal. I've lost a leg. I've had a red leg. I've had people say that I am a crappy friend. I've had people say that I am a crappy leader. I've had people say that I only care about the people who bring me money. You have to develop a thick skin. I did not have one when I first started. I have such a yellow personality. So many things hurt my feelings. I will cry so easily. But within this business, I have developed so much self-confidence, so much security within myself that not everybody's gonna like you. You're not always gonna be their cup of tea. Like that's just not how that works, right? There are plenty of times where I feel like I'm not doing my best. And so if I don't feel like I'm doing my best, chances are someone else is noticing that. And I just have to step up. So usually, when I get a new promoter, when they're in their first 14 days, I lock arms with them. I run with them. I make sure that they have whatever resource they need. We are super blessed on our team with an amazing upline who has devoted so much time and energy and money into creating resources for our team. We have implemented, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a Trello board. That was new to me up until about a month and a half ago, but we have a whole Trello board system that we give to our new people. And it's got scripts, it's got step-by-step instructions, it's got all of these things that is going to help people take off with their business and be a little more organized. I was not organized when I first started, but I was like ignorance on fire. I was ready to go. There are some people who absolutely do have to have that black and white. Like they have to have that step-by-step instruction. We have a VIP chat. We make sure that everyone is plugged into that VIP chat, and we're constantly sharing tips and tricks and ways to, grab people's attention and earn their VIP bonus within their first 14 days. She also has implemented, she I don't even know how she does all of this stuff, honest to God. I'm just, when I think about it, I'm like, it's so good you're doing this, because I could never. But she's got like a training link that people sign up for it and they get emails like every other day when they're in their first 2 weeks with tips and videos and all kinds of training material that we as the leaders have, we've recorded different things and done Zooms. We have our weekly Zooms. So we just stay plugged in. We are very big on the community aspect. We are huge on making sure that everyone feels welcomed, everyone feels like they have a spot at their table or at our table. That is something that I did not have in those other companies. It was not a community. It was very much, God, it was so much of a buy the kit and figure it out. Like when I joined this company, and it was not buy your month and good luck, that was weird. I was kind of like, wait, you guys are gonna actually help me? Like you're gonna run with me? I don't understand. What does that mean? Like it's Lavelle is so not your typical network marketing company. And if I
You know what I
hadn't
was
gotten
just
2.5
thinking
years
through?
ago,
I was
say that
thinking
again.
through. I was just thinking a lot of the stuff you're saying, it's so crazy because there are so many people on here that have gone through all of these things.
Yeah,
And it's like, and you know what? You're so right. Like, it is so crazy how amazing the resources are on Teams. You know what I mean? It's not just, it's just so much better. I came from
right.
another network marketing company. I don't know if you did it works. As
That's
one
the
of your
thing. All these companies that I've ever done, none of them were ever health and wellness. I have never been into health and wellness. It's never really. I was always that oh, it's the first of the year, I'm gonna get healthy type of person. It was never like I'm gonna actually give a crap about my health. Um, I I've always been underweight. Growing up, I was super super skinny. You know, uniforms didn't fit me. I actually did 1 year in high school. I drank Ensure for like 3 months trying to gain weight. Like I was very underweight, never weighed more than 100 pounds until I had my daughter. And when I got pregnant with my kid and then had her, I kept that weight on because I've always been underweight. Like I didn't want to lose it. I was finally over 100 pounds. It looked like crap, guys. It was not healthy. It was so gross. Which was one of the reasons that I turned Courtney down. I was like, I'm not taking your devil weight loss product. I'm not trying to lose my weight. I'm keeping it, And I didn't give her a chance. I didn't even ask her what else does it do. I thought it was like it works, and I was, nope. I wore one of those stupid wraps once, and I was like, this is stupid. I'm not doing this ever again. So I've never been a health and wellness network marketer. I have done Dove Chocolate. I was with them for a little while, which was probably one of my favorite companies that I think I've ever tried. I went to a conference with them. That was the first time I ever realized, like, well, that's pretty cool. People get together and they share stories and they get awards and whatever. So like that was the first company that I've ever actually like experienced something like that, where there was like a little bit of community and whatever. So I was with them for a little while. I am still with my jewelry company that I joined 5 years ago, but I don't really dabble too much into that. It's more of a hobby. It's more of like I make commission off of buying gifts for my team. So
right.
you guys
You know,
hear it, work smarter, not harder.
you've done a lot of those companies. That's the
Yeah.
thing,
So
though.
I've just done
People need
everything.
to hear.
Makeup. I've just done it all. I
I just
joined
think
a
people need to understand, though, that you've done a lot of other companies, and nothing compares to what we have here. Like
nope.
nothing compares. And people don't realize how, and you know what I love that you talked about? How you're using the resources of your uplines. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not
No.
wasting time making your own videos, starting 20 team pages, making new rules. Like
No.
you literally are making sure that you are plugging in to the resources that are already there, because
Yeah.
it would be a waste of time for you to make new ones. And I love how you talked about in the beginning, you didn't know what you were doing and you just kept doing three-way messages, three-way calls, like you were
Yeah. I
utilizing your upline.
No, she knew way more about the products than I do. There was no sense in me trying to figure out, like, why would I try to do it by myself? That's so crazy to me. We get people that do that. We get people that are like, oh, I'm not going to put you in three-way chats. I'm just going to try to figure it out by myself. And why struggle? Why? I'm literally here. Like, I want to do this with you. And I don't know if it's because, they feel like I'm not going to actually be there, but like, I'm going to be in your inbox all day, every day. We're going to do this together. Like, no, Courtney was very much, plus, like I said, I was a 9-to-5er. I worked 40 hours a week. Like, I didn't have time to be on my phone all day. She made time to be on her phone. Even though she was working, she still made time to be on her phone because she knew I couldn't. I worked at a doctor's office. I just couldn't have my phone out. Now, granted, I worked in the nooks and crannies. When I was on my lunch break, I was on my phone. When I went to the bathroom, I was bringing my phone with me. There were times where I didn't even actually have to go to the bathroom, but I went to the bathroom anyway. Like, I made it work. But she was very much like, we definitely earned that VIP and 4K together. That was not a me thing. That was a we thing. Like,
Oh, I
that's
love
just,
that. That's not a me thing. That was a we thing. Like, remember
yeah.
that, because you are not, I always say in network marketing, if you're doing it right, you are in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself, ever, ever,
Yes.
ever. Like, utilize your upline and the resources. Don't make new ones. Like, whatever is working for the millionaires and the 200Ks of this company is going to work for you too, right? They've already
So,
laid
so true.
that groundwork. You know what? I have another question for you. When
Go
you
ahead.
were stuck at 40K, like, a lot of people, and I watch this happen all the time, they either fall into management mode where they're kind of like managing everyone under them and they stop doing the do, right? They stop doing the things they needed to personally do to grow. Um, when you kind of were into these funks, like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm red legged. Oh my gosh, I'm not moving. Somebody just passed me. How did you stay in the mindset, or what did you do to keep yourself going? Because I watch a lot of people, exactly everything you just said today.
Hmm.
Red leg, they get down and they can't get out of the funk. Like, and it ruins them.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, I joined the company because the products. At the end of the day, I fell in love with how I felt. I was just very insecure, didn't feel good. I was a no mom, a couch, a mom couch mom, whatever the word phrase is, couch mom. So I just try not to lose sight of that. Like, at the end of the day, I didn't join the business to be in competition with anybody. I did, besides myself. I didn't join the business because I wanted to be at the top tomorrow. I joined the business because I wanted to be at the top eventually. I joined the business because I wanted to feel great. I joined the business because my kids deserve for me to be all in. When I'm home, I need to be all in. So I just try not to lose sight of that, and that I know I have gold in my hand, and that somebody on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or whatever is watching me, and for two reasons. They want to see me fail or they want to see me fly. And I refuse to disappoint the fly person. Like, someone's watching me because they want to see me succeed. And I refuse to disappoint that person or my husband or my kids or myself. And I refuse to let the person who's looking to see me fall get that. Like, I'm not giving you that satisfaction. I'm here to win. I signed on to do something and to be successful, and I'm going to do that. So I think it's about discipline, which, it's funny. I always thought it was about consistency, but you can consistently do nothing and not get anywhere. So it's definitely about discipline, which in some areas, like, I'm the least organized person in the world. I lack discipline and organization. However, I do not lack discipline when it comes to taking my 3 steps every morning. I do not lack discipline when it comes to sharing what those 3 steps do for me every day. I do not lack discipline when it comes to sharing the opportunity that Lavelle has given me. Like, so as long as I remember those things and stay consistently disciplined in those areas, I think that's probably why I never really went into like management mode or fell off to the point where my business failed, you know?
I love when you said that you did not start network marketing and pictured yourself going to the top right this second. Like nobody does. I just think that all of a sudden we come in, we get going, and we come in for like we're excited, we try these products, we're hoping for a next little extra income, and then all of a sudden we come in and we start doing all the things that people do. We compare
Mhm.
ourselves to other people. We start stressing ourselves out. It starts not becoming fun. And it's like,
Yeah,
hold on a minute. This is not why you started. Like you started making zero, and even if you're making 50 bucks a week right now, that's more than when you started. Like
exactly.
where did you all of a sudden get this nasty attitude where, oh
Entitlement.
my, yeah, I don't understand why people are so stinking hard on themselves. It takes time. I mean, even your journey, Alicia, let's just be honest, you're fast going 200K. Like
Yeah,
most people, it's going to take 5 to 7 years to hit the top of this comp plan, period. I've been doing this industry for 10 years, and it takes most people that amount of time if they're consistent and if they stick with it. Like you've got to do
right.
those two things through the ups and downs. And like you said, anybody that tells you this is easy, they lied. They lied,
Yeah,
lied, lied. This is hard work. I
it
want to
is.
talk about a little bit about what you do to grow your network, because all day long, every person on here can plug into all the Zooms. They can know what's in the products. They can wear 20 patches a day. They can be Thriver of the Year. But at the end of the day, if they are not growing their network, they're not going to grow. And I know you guys, I know your team is like huge on continuing to grow your network all the time. What kind of
Yes.
tips do you have? Like, what served you the most in continuing to grow your network and like social media and out and about, however you're doing it?
So we like to join groups, but we only join groups that we are going to offer value in. Not necessarily Thrive related, but if you're into makeup, if you're going to be in that group, you're going to be posting about makeup, or you're going to be asking questions or whatever and building relationships with people. We RCM, which is React Comment Message. So you create lists, you reach out to new people, you comment, you react to their post, comment on their post, message them about something, and just build those relationships with those people. We're constantly doing IPAs. Um, so we're joining groups, we're learning different social media, what's the word I'm looking for? Platforms. So a lot of us are really heavy into TikTok right now. Like 3 weeks ago, we didn't know how to work a TikTok. Okay, we didn't even know what a tickety talk was. Now we're like, guys, look at this TikTok I just did last night, and it's becoming really, really fun. But we're learning TikTok. We, if you know anything about my upline, she's super into podcasts and self-development books and things like that. We are heavy into some Jessie Lee Ward. I don't know if you guys ever listen to Jessie Lee, but we listen to Jessie Lee. She fires us up and she makes us try new things. So one thing that I do personally, well, I think a lot of my team is super raw and super real with their social media. And maybe that's like one of those things that we've duplicated. We try not to give people the illusion that life is perfect, that our lives are perfect because we're in network marketing or anything like that. We're super real, super raw. We've got people that are going through breakups. I just had a miscarriage about 10 weeks ago. I post about that. I post about depression because it's something that a lot of people are dealing with, especially now. So making sure that you stay relatable on social media, whatever platform you use, that your audience can relate to you. I have a lot of people, unfortunately, that can relate to a lot of the things that I post about, which to some people you're like, you're a thriver, why are you posting sad things? They're not all sad. There's light at the end of them. There's hope. I like to make very empowering um, videos or posts that people feel like they can message me. And so I'll get people that want to message me and talk to me, and they'll share my posts, they'll tag me in posts that they feel like are empowering or inspiring. And I think a lot of my team is like that. Like we have a lot of real and raw and authentic and vulnerable people. Like, we are not afraid to show emotion. And so we join the groups, we build those relationships, we react to people and help people, and we're just there. Like, I don't know, there's a difference between being there for someone because at the end of the day you just want them to be a customer and genuinely being there. And I think that we're really big on like genuinely being there for people and wanting to help people, again, because we remember why we started the products to begin with. So I don't know if that was helpful, if
No,
that
that
even
was
answered your
totally
question at
helpful.
all.
I would love to know, let's say I'm in your inbox
Mhm.
and I'm like, let's just kind of script a little bit. Like, I would love to know what you say. I'm like, hey, Alicia, I just saw your post. How much is that Thrive stuff and what is it?
So we're big on voice messages. So I would respond with a voice clip and I would just let you know, hey girl, I'm so excited to hear that you're interested in Thrive. It is actually only about $5 a day, depending on which DFT you choose. We do have some not premium. See, I'm not good at scripting. I'm not good at this part. Uh, it's only about $5 a day, but it can be a little bit between 6 and 7, depending on which DFT you choose from. I do have a little video to walk you through ordering. Let's get your account created. If it's not, a lot of times I do have people who message me that have created an account a year later. I am not a bugaboo. Okay. I do not hound people. I actually had someone that created their account probably a year ago that messaged me last night and she's ordering a promoter box. Like, I just let them come to me. So I would probably respond with a voice clip and tell you it's about $5 to $6 a day, depending on which DFT you choose from, and ask questions. How much caffeine are you? So Courtney actually did a video on Canva, I'm sure, because she's Canva queen, on Canva of, so sorry, someone asked me a question about the video, but it's basically just a screen recording of what to put in their cart, basically. But yeah, so I would just tell them it's about $5 to $6 a day, depending on the DFT they choose from. Ask them questions. How much caffeine are you taking in a day? What, how much money are you spending on energy drinks? Or sorry, my husband just walked in and thumbs up me, and now he's telling me to smile. Go away. How much money are you spending on caffeine? How much money are you spending eating out? Sometimes I don't even tell them how much it is a day until I ask them these questions just to get a general idea of what they're spending a week. And then I counteract them like, oh, okay, well, if you're spending that much a week on this, that, and the other, then you are definitely going to love Thrive because it is way more affordable than that. You're actually going to save money by switching to Thrive. So I just like to ask questions. Just
Yeah, I
depends on the
think that's
person.
definitely the key, is asking questions. And I want to know, what do you do? Okay, I know you guys get this because I get this all day long on my team. Everybody I know thinks it's too expensive. I
I love
Boy,
those
I
people.
always say, well, I don't have that issue. I mean, I
Yeah.
do, but I don't focus on those people. I'm just like, okay, I go to someone that doesn't think it's too expensive. Like, you just
Yeah.
have to keep growing your network. But I think people struggle with those objections. Like,
Yeah.
it's not one of those
We
pyramid
actually,
schemes, or it's too expensive, or I've done that stuff like that before and it doesn't work, or
right.
like, how are you like overcoming objections like that?
So I get very sassy. Um, I don't like when people bring that. Not that I don't like it. I try not to focus on the negative. When they reach out, they're like, okay, I've reached out to this person and this person, this person, and they've said it's too expensive. And I usually ask them, okay, well, what did you say back? Did you agree with them, or did you explain to them how it could save them money? Did you explain to them the Thrive for free with 2 referrals? Um, did you talk up the product? Because at the end of the day, if you go into that conversation with confidence in your 3 steps, confidence in your company, confidence in the referral program, people probably aren't going to message you telling you that it's too expensive because of how confident you are. You typically attract what you put out. So if you are constantly putting out discounts and you're constantly putting out hey, save this much on your 3 steps. Or if you're more or less devaluing the product on a regular basis, people are going to be in your inbox probably wanting a discount all of the time or telling you how it's too expensive. Sorry, Charlie just woke up. So if you're constantly putting out that energy and you're confident in what your 3 steps are and you're confident in the price and you're confident in the products, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of that feedback. You're probably not going to get a whole lot of it's too expensive for me. As far as, I don't remember what was the other objection you said. They've tried products similar to this before. I would probably ask them if they have they tried time released products before? Have they tried wearable nutrition before? Because there's a good chance they probably have it. And then just, again, ask more questions. A lot of times people don't ask questions and they just kind of accept it for what it is. Like,
Yeah,
they just accept what people are saying without even.
I see that all the time. They just don't go any further. It's like,
Right.
are you taking it to
They
that
accept
next step?
defeat almost. They're just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
this person said no.
And you know what I love? I hope you guys got this golden nugget because I think almost every 200K that gets on here says it. Use the voice recorder. Let people hear your voice in Messenger. Like, nobody wants to read some long typed out thing, but to
I'm
hear
not
your
gonna read.
voice, your passion, your excitement. And you said one key word that people need to remember, it's confidence. And you
Yeah.
may not have the confidence yet, guys. I get it. You're new, you're not making money yet. You don't have the confidence yet. You have got, that's why plugging into Zooms like this and borrow our confidence. Like
Yeah.
we're telling you, it
Got it
works.
all.
Yeah, share other people's stories. Utilize the fan page, utilize your team. I mean, that's where we come in. That's where the people that have done it before you are here to have that confidence for you until you gain it. You are not alone. Like, you guys, stop thinking that you have to do this by yourself. If you're doing this by yourself, it's because you're choosing to. Because I promise
Absolutely.
you, if you're on anybody's team that's on this Zoom right now, you have help, you have support, you have people that want to extend a hand to you, and they're there. You're just not utilizing them. Whatever excuses you're saying in your own mind, they're too busy for me, or I'm afraid to message them, or I don't need their help, or I don't want to look silly if I ask for help. Get that's you're in your own way. Like, get
Yeah.
out of your way. Like,
You
come
are
on, guys.
blocking your own blessing, babe.
Oh my gosh, I love that. You're blocking your own blessing. And I bet you there's a ton of people on here constantly blocking their own blessings. No
Yeah.
doubt. Um, so I want to know what you, okay, so I know that you said you plug people into resources and stuff like that when you first get them started. Um, do you, I guess, are you like, how do you not bug a new promoter, but I get this question all the time. Lisa, I signed somebody and they're not answering me back, or I can't get them plugged in, or they seem to like be falling off already and I've just signed them up. Like, is there anything you do personally to try to make sure, first of all, are they a promoter? Because I think a lot of times people are signing people up that just aren't promoters. Like, they
Yeah.
should have signed them as a customer. Like, were you asking
Mhm.
the questions? Were you making
Yeah.
sure that they are ready to do this? Like, kind of, how do you, I guess, make sure that that person is a promoter and not a customer?
So, definitely an interview process. Don't be afraid to interview people for being a promoter. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not their boss or whatever. Look, they're getting on your team, they're taking up your time. You can interview them, because they might not be ready. And if they're not ready, that's okay. You can encourage them to stay a customer, to get their 2 referrals, to thrive for free, and then move forward when they are ready. A lot of people, like you said, they get really excited and they just want to jump right into promoting, and they're not actually ready to work in the nooks and crannies of their day. They might want to use those nooks and crannies for something else. Or they might not want to plug into the Zooms, or there's just, they don't realize what all comes in to being a promoter. And so I think what's really important is letting them know what more or less the expectations are or what goes into it, and don't be that person that's like, it's so easy. You just sign up as a promoter and then you just do whatever. No, like, be real, be honest with them. Tell them, hey, this is in your first 2 weeks, we are going to be talking at least 2 or 3 times a day, if that's how much you want to talk to them. We are going to be running for this VIP period. You're going to be reaching out to people. You're going to be posting 3 times a day. We've got these resources for you to plug into, and I'm probably going to ask you questions about these resources because I want to see if you're actually looking at them. Don't be scared to be that person, because if they're ready to run, they're going to run. They're going to be excited. They're going to be glad that you're actually, because like I said, when I first joined and I had people that were actually messaging me, plugging into me and running with me, that was weird to me. That was not what I expected. I expected to sign up and be left to figure it out by myself. So whenever I had that excited me. That made me want to run more. And so when you find those unicorns that are excited by that and they actually run with it, those are the people that you want to pour your time into. Don't beg anyone. Don't try to pull dead weight. If they're not ready and they're not running, they're just not ready and they're not going to run. There's nothing you can do about it. They may not be ready right now, and they may show up 6 weeks from now or a year from now. But don't overwork yourself and don't stress yourself out for someone who doesn't want it or doesn't see the vision yet. Just keep doing what you typically do. Do your daily stuff, your daily IPAs, and keep running and keep looking for that unicorn and keep plugging into the people who want to be here. Because if you're exhausting yourself for people who don't want to be here, then you have no more energy left for the people who do want to be here. And that
Oh,
just
I
doesn't
love
seem fair.
that. That's good. Because we spend so much time dragging people and, wanting it for people more than they want it for themselves. And we're not
Yeah,
paying attention to the people that want it. Like it's
right.
like if you have one person that wants it and 20 that don't, and you're pouring your time into the 20, you're going to lose the one that does. Like it's one at a time, and you don't need 50 people to get to the top of this comp plan. You
No,
need 2 unicorns, dude. 2 unicorns are going to get you to the top of this. I love how you call them
exactly.
unicorns. 2 unicorns are going to help you get to the top of this comp plan. I also am just curious, we're coming up on the new year. Like, dude, it's going to be go time. And if you've been in network marketing, it starts in January, February, March, April, May. That's our jam right there.
Yeah.
That's like when things get awesome. What are you doing and what are you telling your team to do to prepare to start running in January? Like, are you getting stuff together? Like, what's your
We are actually
plan?
planning an entire, so one of my uplines, Nicole Brannon, is planning an entire January boot camp, where the leaders pick different topics, and we are going to have like a Zoom every day, I think, Sue Ellen. Okay, so every day there's going to be a new topic that people can plug into and learn and use that to grow their business. We also I think they're going to be planning a live challenge where there will be different topics throughout the month for you to pick and go live about every day, because going live really does help. It works. It grows your business. It gets people seeing your face. They get to hear your excitement, whatever the case might be, but they like lives. So there's that. We will likely be implementing our team Zooms on Wednesdays again with different topics. So there's going to be a lot of Zooms to be plugging into, a lot of trainings. Obviously, we are hyping up all of the things that LaBelle is dropping hints about. We know something big is coming that first week of January. So we are pushing for the 100 free accounts. We are pushing the 25 credits. We are getting people set up and ready to get those emails and just getting them plugged into the network. So we're just doing a lot of planning, game planning, strategizing, trying to figure out what's going to be the best course of action to make sure that everyone is ready and running.
You talked about IPAs, and I think a lot of people get confused at what income producing activities are. Like, I'll get somebody in my inbox and they're like, Lisa, I'm doing everything. And when it comes down to it, they think they're doing a lot of busy work. They're on
Yeah.
20 Zooms a week. They're, posting 20 times a day on Facebook. They're, wearing 20 DFTs. And at the end of the day, they're not doing actual income
Right.
producing activities. What, like, if you had a list and you were about to give it to one of your promoters and you said, these are the 5 income producing activities that you have to do every day. Like, I don't care what's happening in your life, you got to do these things. What would they be?
So definitely RCMs, and that is the React comment message that I mentioned earlier. So you're gonna want to RCM your current customers. You're gonna want to RCM new customers, like not new customers, but like new people that you're just now adding to your Facebook. You're gonna RCM your follow-ups. RCMs are really just kind of like the bread and butter for our team. Like if you're not doing RCMs, you're probably not doing what you think you're doing. You're likely just scrolling through Facebook. I am not nearly as organized with my RCMs as some of the other people on my team. I'm more or less just kind of, I just do them and I don't really keep track, and I need to. I really, really do. But so RCMs are the top, right? And then you're going to be wanting if you're making posts and you're not commenting back and engaging with people and posting valuable things throughout the day for people to want to, I call it 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's cute. I like 3, 2, 1. Three likes, 2 comments, 1 message. But yeah, same thing. RCMs are basically that's exactly what it is. So RCMs, when you're posting valuable content and people are relating to you and they're commenting on it, one thing you should not be doing is replying to all of the comments at the same time. You want to boost your comments, boost your post up, especially if it's a super, super valuable post that you put up, and you're getting a lot of interaction on it. Go back, maybe every hour and work that post. So you should be working your posts. You should be adding new friends daily. If you're in these groups, if you're joining Facebook groups, you should be posting in those groups like once a week. It doesn't have to be every day. You don't have to be like a super bugaboo about it, but post something super valuable in that group once a week and then work that post, because chances are you're joining a really large group. And if it's something super valuable, there's probably going to be tons of comments. So respond to those. Let's see what else. Again, not the most organized 200K. So I don't actually have a list.
Girl, me and you both.
Yeah, definitely wait 45 minutes. I probably still have so many comments from our pregnancy announcement like 20 weeks ago that I haven't even responded to. And then I probably have a butt ton of comments on the miscarriage announcement that I haven't responded to yet. Like there's just, sometimes you forget to respond after you wait your 45 minutes, but you get so many that you're just kind of like, oh, okay, well, how many times can you say thank you and sorry and all that?
How
But
do
yeah,
you, what are some of the things that you do? Like, I'm super big on self-development. And,
yes,
like, do you got a vision board? Are you putting sticky notes around your house with your next goal?
yes,
Are
I
you,
do. I actually have 2 whiteboards in like at my desk. I'm sitting at the kitchen table right now because the lighting's just better right here, but at my desk, I have 2 whiteboards. I have squad goals and LaFleur goals, and I have sticky notes on my squad goals of, everybody that is running their business and the next rank that they're going for. And I reach out to them. If I haven't reached out to them, I have it planned to reach out to them at some point. But I want to make sure that they know that I'm here. And so reaching out um, to my squad and helping them with those goals and seeing what I could do to help them. And then I have my family's goals and my to-do list and what I want done. And then I have like not necessarily like a vision board, but kind of as my screensaver on my phone. So that's like a daily reminder. I have a stack of self-development books, probably about this big. Like every time somebody says a new one, I just order it. I suck at finishing books, but I've got them. And every now and then I'm just like, I'm just going to open this one up. I actually have the Trey Shelton one on my nightstand and my kid keeps propping it up and I swear it's her telling me I need to read it. But I do. And then we listen to podcasts. We listen to Jesse Lee podcasts. Courtney Rogers has a podcast. If you guys haven't checked that out, she is one of the 200Ks on our team. So I listen to her podcast. So yeah, we love self-development. We are all about the developing of oneself.
Right. It's like find what motivates you, find what gets your
Right.
soul kind of moving, and make sure you're doing it every day. Make
Yep.
sure that you are not forgetting those things that, it's January is coming, y'all. And uh, from what Paul's putting out there, I'm assuming something big is coming. Um, it's time to get all your ducks in a row, and it's time to leave all your insecurities and the past behind you. And it is a new year, y'all. I mean, it's up to you what you're going to do with it. And I think that's the hugest thing. And, here's my last question. I always like to talk about this on the Zooms because honestly, it's a real thing. It's called shiny object syndrome,
Mm,
shiny new object syndrome, where you've got people on your team that this time of year, this is the time of year where people tend to go to other companies,
mhm.
uplines, downlines, sidelines. And it's because they're insecure. It's
Yeah.
because they've given up. It's because there's a million reasons why people do it. At the end of the day, though, I think we're speaking to somebody that's kind of an expert today. You've been with like a lot of different companies, and
Yeah.
you've said it. Like you don't get the help, you don't get the support. You don't have a product that is this cool that works with everyone. Like you just don't get all of those other things. And I think, like, how do you deal with just being real, somebody leaving or losing, like you said, you lost a leg before, like how do you deal with those kind of things and not lose your mind? Because you
It,
want to
you,
just
it,
strangle people and say you want
I
to
know it used to bother me. Oh God, it used to bother me so much. Like when we would lose, we lost a 40K leg. She literally had just hit the 40K break advancement and then quit. Like you just threw away $40,000. Are you crazy pants? So it used to bother me. It would stress me out. But again, I'm not dragging dead weight. I did not join this business for them. I joined it for me, and it serves me no purpose to try and convince or drag or show someone why we have the best. And it doesn't matter how many times I tell them I've been with other companies. I know what we have here is gold. They're gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day anyway, because one, they're grown and they can make their own decisions, whether it be what I feel is wrong or right, whatever, they're gonna do it. Um, a lot of times it is because other companies are promising them the same or better for less work, and that's just not the case. It's You're not going to get better for less work. Like that's just not even a thing. But or it's a brand new company and they get all kinds of promises, for joining at the very beginning, getting that founder spot or whatever the case might be, and that sounds exciting and that sounds fun. And for the first little while, it might be. But something that I like to tell people is if they're peeking to see if someone else's garden is greener, then they're already screwing themselves. I don't look at anybody else's garden. I'm spending more time watering mine. I don't have any time to worry about someone else's being greener than mine. Well, I'm working, so you're gonna have
Oh
to
my
win.
gosh, I love that you just said that. If you're peaking, you're already screwing yourself. Like why are you're if you're constantly wondering what's going on somebody else's
Yeah,
grass, I'm talking about even on this company and in this team. If you're constantly worried about that leader's grass or this company's grass, you are not in. Both feet are
right.
not in, and they've never been in. Like my upline chast always says, I'm grounded, I'm rooted, and I can't be cross recruited. Like I
Yes.
love that statement because I don't look. I don't need to look. I already know what I got. And
Yeah.
even though I'm going to go through those hard times and those ups and downs, one thing I know for sure is when you do this long enough, you start to realize that as long as you stick with it, as long as you stay consistent through those hard times, you always come out on top. it
Right.
always comes back up. Like you always get to the top of the mountain again, and then you go back down, and then you get to the top of the mountain again.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly quitting and starting over and going other places or looking at other people's grass, you are not watering your own. That is totally, totally the ticket.
Yeah.
Alicia, I want to thank you so much for being on
Thank
today
you. This was
and
fun.
just sharing the last minute or the last hour with us. Dude, it feels like it was a minute. These
I
calls
know.
go way too fast. But your heart today and just being so vulnerable and sharing with everybody, I know that for sure, no doubt, there were so many people on today that needed to hear exactly what you put out. And I know that it inspired a ton of people. And we just got paid, everybody. Congratulations. I don't care if your paycheck was $5. Share. There's somebody out there that wishes they had that $5. I promise you that. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, amen, amen. And we got a 25% raise. I think that's pretty darn cool. I don't, I was with another company for 6.5 years that never once just gave us money for no reason, ever, never,
Never.
never,
And this has
never,
happened
never.
at least twice now since I've been with Lavelle, and I've only been with Lavelle for 2.5 years.
I
So
know it's
they did
insane.
this Christmas bonus, maybe not last year, but the year before. I don't
They
remember.
did. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, they did something similar to this. I'm like, what? Like, what company just says we just want to give you a raise? You have to do absolutely nothing for it. Like, insane. So you guys
Exactly.
just realize what you have your hands on. Don't get shiny new object syndrome because listen, we are going into, I think it's going to be the biggest year in network marketing. There are so many people that have gone through COVID and they've been up and down with their jobs and they know they need a plan B now. They know
Yep.
they need something that can bring in some extra cash in case things, happen in the world again and they're not prepared for it. So I hope you guys know that this year is going to be the year that you make it. It's going to be the
Yes.
best year ever if that's what you claim it to be. Alicia, thank you. I appreciate
Thank
you
you for
so
having
much.
me.
Thanks so much. And all of you guys that got on today, thank you guys for getting on every week. Make sure you're saving this link and setting a timer in your phone. I have got the next 2 months booked with awesome leaders. I know Maria Dillard is going to be starting us out next month, you guys. The first Tuesday in January, she is our guest. If you guys don't know who Maria is, she is the top earner in Lavelle, and not only that, but she is our upline. So I hope you guys plug into that for sure. And then yeah, we just got so many good people, so many good 200Ks lined up. So make sure that this is a priority. Spread the word. I'm hoping to get this to 500 people this year. I would love to see this get to 500
That
people.
would be
That would be
awesome.
it'd be pretty darn cool. Thanks again, Alicia. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
great Tuesday. Happy payday.
Bye, guys.